Hello everyone, I had some computer issues that set me back a bit this month, but I am working on the first Silent Halloween video. Not sure how many of those I'm going to be able to finish before the end of the month, but we'll just play it by ear. In the meantime, I wanted to put up some quick reviews of spooky games you can play free this Halloween. Channel's Thrifty Gaming seems appropriate. For today's video, I want to talk about an extremely odd little RPG with strong horror elements called Hello Charlotte Episode 1, or to use its full title, Hello Charlotte Episode 1, Junk Food, Gods, and Teddy Bears. Even the name lets you know you're in for a strange time. Hello Charlotte is a very surreal RPG Maker series that describes itself as horror parody RPG with a sci-fi twist. A description that is actually pretty accurate, although the RPG elements of the game are pretty minimal. There's no combat or leveling up. Things either instantly kill you, sometimes if they touch you, sometimes if you encounter them when you don't have the correct item, or are completely harmless. It's more of a top-down exploration and puzzle game with heavy emphasis on the exploration than it is an RPG. The game reminds me a bit of Yume Nikki and Off, because like those games, a heavy emphasis is placed on exploring the weird and unique environments, which can shift drastically in art style. Some areas, particularly the house you start the game in, have a black and white minimalist look to them, while others are much more reminiscent of a typical RPG Maker horror game, and others have a rougher, sketchier look. There's a lot of variety and imagination here. The limited graphic capabilities are used very well, and it makes for a really interesting world to explore. The sound design is top-notch, with some pretty unnerving musical scoring and atmospherics. Certain sound effects that play for death sequences will actually continue back to the title screen and even linger briefly when you load from a previous save. It's pretty unnerving. So what about the plot? Well, hoo boy. So you play as this white-haired girl named Charlotte. Except you're not actually playing as her, you're playing as her puppeteer, an extra-dimensional being that controls her movements and can bring her back to life if she dies by rewinding time to a previous saved point. Get it? It's literally you, the player. It's extremely meta. As the puppeteer, you're supposed to take care of Charlotte. Your first task is very simple, get her something to eat. So you find the phone, order some takeout, go to answer the door, and the delivery boy is a giant cockroach. Welcome to the game. The plot picks up steam when this gas mask wearing fellow Henry, who lives in Charlotte's house and is an alien, it's just casually mentioned on the side, tells you to look after his nephew Felix, who is just a boy, it looks like. When Felix goes missing in the night, Charlotte tracks him through a giant TV set, and things get really bizarre from there. Because things clearly were so normal before that. There's this group of godlike aliens that we're told created everything, and these creepy mask-wearing aliens are trying to genocide them, and yeah. Explaining it doesn't really help. You kind of just have to experience it. Part of the reason for this is the story is more about symbolism and exploring larger themes than telling a straightforward narrative. Notable themes include questioning whether free will actually exists, and whether or not everything we do is meaningless. Also, soap, meat, and bears. Soap, meat, and bears turn up a lot in this game, for some reason. Difficulty. Considering the game's description page ends with, "Have fun dying," it doesn't have nearly as many cheap deaths as you might think. There are certainly a few, but more often than not, there's some kind of warning. So it's at least possible to avoid the death, even if it's not easy. So it doesn't feel like trial and error. A lot of deaths are also creative and morbidly amusing, so I didn't mind dying as much as I do in some games. I did have an issue with the cat puzzle I wanted to talk about. There's a room in one part of the game that has 2 fireplaces, 2 bookcases, and 2 cats standing on either side of a table with 2 cups of coffee. The bookcases say, "Enter the right fireplace," and "Cats never lie," while one cat tells you not to drink from the right cup and the other tells you not to drink from the left cup. Since the cats are standing on opposite sides of the table, I figured it meant they're right and left, which meant they were both talking about the cup on the right side of the screen. So I took all the hints literally, drank the cup on the left side of the table, saved when it didn't kill me, and tried to enter the right fireplace. Burned up and died. So I reloaded and tried to enter the left fireplace. Burned up and died. It turns out everything in this room is a lie. You have to drink the cup on the right side of the screen that both cats told you not to drink, and enter the left fireplace, and then the fireplace won't burn you. Definitely some guesswork there, but not a big deal except for one teeny tiny problem. Since I'd already drank from the left cup, the game wouldn't let me drink from the right cup, saying I'd already drank. But it wouldn't let me enter the fireplace either, so I couldn't get the item I needed to proceed. Fortunately, I had another save file from not long before this point that I was able to load up and continue, but whether this was a glitch or this is how it's supposed to be, unless I'm missing something, it seems like it's possible to save after screwing up in this game and have the game become unwinnable. So definitely keep multiple save files and switch between them often if you're going to play Hello Charlotte Episode 1. The main story of the game can be completed in about 2 hours and is fairly linear. There are some points where it branches out, you can get a premature bad ending, there are some non-essential areas to explore, and there's a lot of non-essential items to collect. So the game does have a bit of replay value. Personally, I really enjoyed Hello Charlotte Episode 1, despite a few minor issues, and if you like games with a focus on the weird, surreal, and often disturbing, you'll probably enjoy it too. If you like the plot of your games to be more straightforward, this might not be the game for you. Although the game's plot might not be as bizarre as it seems, but that's getting into spoiler territory. A link to the game's download page is in the description below. Hello Charlotte Episode 1 is a pay-what-you-want game, meaning you can download it for free if you want, or if you can afford it, you can be nice and put some change in the game developer's jar for their hard work. In my opinion, Hello Charlotte is worth a few bucks. As the title Episode 1 suggests, there are more games in this series. Hello Charlotte Episodes 2 and 3, which are both direct sequels, and Hello Charlotte Delirium, which is a spin-off game. Delirium can also be downloaded for free, but Episodes 2 and 3 have a set price tag. So if you want to try out Episode 1 free and then possibly drop some cash on Episodes 2 and 3 if you enjoyed the game, that's another option. This review only covers the first game though. I haven't played the others yet, but I probably will at some point. If you have played this game or play it because of this video, let us know what you think of it in the comments section. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give us a like and subscribe to the channel for more. So long, and have a happy Halloween.